Welcome to our video on Christopher Columbus's historic landing in the Caribbean and its far-reaching consequences. Today, we'll explore the events of October 12, 1492, and how this pivotal moment set in motion the European exploration and colonization of the Americas. The Voyage. Our story begins in August 1492, when Christopher Columbus set sail from Spain with three ships: the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. After a 5-week journey across the Atlantic on October 12, 1492, Columbus and his crew made landfall on an island in the Bahamas. Columbus called this island San Salvador, though its native inhabitants knew it as Guanahani. This moment marked the first documented European contact with the Americas since the Norse expeditions to Vinland centuries earlier. First encounters. Upon landing, Columbus encountered the indigenous Lucayan people, who were part of the larger Taíno culture. These native inhabitants had a well-established society with defined social structures, a strong government, and extensive trade networks. Initially, the Taíno were friendly towards Columbus and his crew. However, Columbus's actions soon soured this relationship. He took several Lucayans as slaves, setting a devastating precedent for future European indigenous interactions. Exploration of the Caribbean. From San Salvador, Columbus continued his exploration of the Caribbean. He visited the islands now known as Cuba, which he called Juana, and Hispaniola, where modern-day Haiti and the Dominican Republic are located. On Hispaniola, Columbus established La Navidad, Spain's first colony in the New World. He left 39 men behind to build this settlement while he returned to Spain. Columbus arrived back in Spain on March 15, 1493, bringing with him gold, native birds, plants, and several kidnapped Native Americans. Immediately upon his return, he wrote a letter to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, announcing his discoveries. This letter, which was quickly translated into Latin and distributed throughout Europe, caused a sensation. Columbus wrote of islands inhabited by numerous people and described the natives as fearful and timid, guileless and honest. He also noted the potential for easy conquest and conversion to Christianity, foreshadowing the future of European colonization. Columbus's voyage initiated what historians call the Columbian Exchange, a massive transfer of plants, animals, culture, human populations, technology, and diseases between the old and new worlds. This exchange had profound and often devastating consequences. European diseases, to which Native Americans had no immunity, caused widespread epidemics. It's estimated that 95% of native populations died due to these introduced diseases. On the other hand, new crops from the Americas, such as potatoes, tomatoes, and corn, were introduced to Europe, significantly altering diets and agricultural practices. These new food sources contributed to population growth and urbanization in Europe. Further, voyages and colonization. Columbus's initial voyage was just the beginning. He made 3 more trips to the Caribbean, exploring more islands and parts of Central America. However, his governorship of the new Spanish colonies was marked by brutality towards the indigenous people and mismanagement, leading to his arrest and removal from power. Despite Columbus's personal fall from grace, his voyages had opened the floodgates of European exploration and colonization. The Spanish quickly established a colonial empire in the Caribbean and parts of South and Central America. The race for empire. Other European nations soon joined the race for empire in the Americas. In 1493, Pope Alexander VI issued the Treaty of Tordesillas, dividing the non-European world between Spain and Portugal. However, other European powers, particularly England, France, and the Netherlands, rejected this division and launched their own expeditions to the Americas. This competition for colonial possessions would shape global politics for centuries to come. Impact on indigenous peoples. The arrival of Europeans had a catastrophic impact on the indigenous peoples of the Americas. Beyond the devastating effects of disease, native populations faced enslavement, forced conversion to Christianity, and the destruction of their traditional ways of life. In the Caribbean, the Lucayan people encountered by Columbus were essentially wiped out within 30 years due to enslavement, murder, and disease. Similar stories played out across the Americas as European colonization expanded. Legacy and controversy. Columbus's voyages and the subsequent European exploration of the Americas have left a complex and controversial legacy. While these events led to significant advancements in navigation, cartography, and global trade, they also initiated centuries of colonialism, exploitation, and cultural destruction. In recent years, there has been growing recognition of the negative impacts of Columbus's voyages on indigenous peoples. Many places have replaced Columbus Day celebrations with Indigenous Peoples Day to acknowledge this difficult history. Conclusion: Christopher Columbus's landing in the Caribbean on October 12, 1492, was a world-changing event. It initiated the Columbian Exchange, sparked the European exploration and colonization of the Americas, and set in motion processes that would reshape the global balance of power. The consequences of this moment continue to reverberate today, shaping our modern world in countless ways. From the foods we eat to the languages we speak, from global trade patterns to ongoing debates about colonialism and indigenous rights, the impact of Columbus's journey across the Atlantic remains profound and far-reaching. As we reflect on this history, it's crucial to consider multiple perspectives and to recognize both the advancements and the immense human cost that resulted from this pivotal moment in world history. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Christopher Columbus's Caribbean landing and its aftermath. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe for more historical content. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below.